We've been boaters in the Admiralty Inlet, Puget Sound, San Juan Island, British Columbia area for 40 years. And we started our first cruise in a 21-foot boat, fiberglass power boat. And I mean, we were living big. We had an alcohol stove, porta potty, and a dinette. I mean, and it was fun. So that's where our cruising experience started. And working a lot of years, we didn't need a boat with a lot more facility than that. But we are retired and we have time to use a boat. So longer range cruising is important, but longer time cruising, which is kind of different than long range cruising, is a big deal to us. And that's kind of our boating experience. Well, I think any boat that you're genuinely interested in as a potential buyer, not just as a looker or if you're genuinely considering ownership, you've got to go for a ride in it. And that especially is true on offshore. And I would, if you're looking at 2 or 3 boats, I think you go try 2 or 3 boats out and take your ride in the offshore last, and it'll speak to itself. And that's been our experience with it. So, but they all look good on paper. But you got to go out and get on the water with the boat. That's their environment. That's where they live, and that's where you're going to live on the boat. And the offshore inside is so well laid out, and it flows. And there's enough space when you need space. There's privacy when you need privacy. And when you're on your boat, you're inside the boat. You're not out looking at it. I mean, at a boat show, they all look good. And walking the docks, they all look good. But when you're in your boat, you're in your boat. And that's where they're important. And that's why you take them out on the water. Well, the build was a fun process. I did not go to the factory. I didn't figure it was going to change things one way or the other. It would have been a fun trip, but time was a little impaired at the time during that process. But there were a lot of photographs, a lot of pictures. Offshore provided me with a lot of photographs, and I have a bunch of them of the build, which was fun. The best used boats start out as the best new boats. And for resale, if you've got a high quality boat that's known to be a high quality boat, not something that you've just refurbished, you're going to have more resale appeal. You're going to have more resale value. And I think it's the percentage of value retention more than purchase price that was a consideration for us. Because there are good boats and cheap boats, but not very many good cheap boats. And you can spend, you could buy a boat that has a lower price tag, but your percentage of retention, I think, is going to be far less than a boat like this. The thing that appealed to us on that is less downtime in boat yards. That's a big deal, because we bought a boat to cruise with, and the two of us enjoy cruising. I mean, we've spent 53 days on this boat this year, and it's just been wonderful. And if you are having to have things redone and fixed and so forth, it kind of takes away from that. So that was part of the equation too.